We're going to start off today with a little different speech. This morning one of my friends said, well, what are you going to, basically what he said is what plans are you hiding in your speech today? I think some people do know that I have a tendency to kind of give a few ideas for the future in my speech. Well, I don't have a lot in this one because we are extremely busy, and as you've seen, these are some of the things that we have done this past year and a little longer. All these things to make this community keep it as great as it is, and this is one great community. But the State of the Village speech is one of the few items that a mayor has to do. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you before or not. When I first became mayor, I had a department head meeting, and I said, okay, these are the things that I understand that I can do. I can break ties with the village board. I can forgive ordinance violations, and Nick Graff said, don't you dare. And I said, and I can arrest people, and Nick Graff said, don't you dare. So I can give a speech and break ties. There are a few more things. I'm the liquor commissioner, so I get to be mean once in a while when there's violations. But the neat thing about being mayor is you can convene people. You can ask for people's help, and they usually come forward and help. And we did this about 2 or 3 years ago. I asked 2 very good friends, would you come and help me? And those 2 very good friends are sitting over here, Craig Barley and Mark Johnson. And I asked them, would you run the comprehensive plan for us? And they did an outstanding job. And they got together over 100 people to help with this plan. So I felt today, since it's a couple, 3 years old, that maybe we ought to go through some of the things that we've completed. And I'm just doing a few of the highlights because I don't want to take a lot of time. But the comprehensive plan, there are 110 action items in that plan. Believe it or not, 69 of those items are either being worked on or are completed today. That's pretty good. And many of these people are the ones who have worked on these. So it is our plan, it truly is. And without these 2 individuals' help and the 100 and some volunteers, I don't think many of these things would have been done. And many of the things in the future would have been done. Because more so than anybody in this community, the people around these tables know how important it is to plan and to have goals. And we all know if you don't plan and have goals, you don't know where you're going to end up. And as you see, we are ending up with some awful positive things. The first item, main item in the comprehensive plan, is the land use, public building, and village infrastructure. I'm going to talk about the main one, and that's the firehouse. And I have to tell you, the pictures of this up here, I'm really proud of the firehouse. And I'm proud of Ginger and the many, many, many hours that she has put on this, with Joe Kelly and the paramedics and the firemen who also gave input. Pete over here was an engineer on it for a while, and many of the ideas came from Pete, and he still loves this thing, so much so I think he's going to be roaming around there with his kids one of these days. Well, we want to thank him too. But anyway, the firehouse is mostly completed. I've supported the firehouse for 2 reasons. One reason is the other firehouse was outdated and somewhat unsafe for our volunteers and our paramedics. It's over 50 years old, and it was time to do something about it. No longer met our needs. We needed to replace it with something that was going to last 75 years at least. Something that would not be outdated quickly, and we did that. and it is a quality firehouse, which many of you saw. Yes, we could have done it for less money. My coffee shop friends keep reminding me I'm spending too much. But I want to tell you, here's the reason why we did not spend too much on the firehouse. We have volunteer firemen. As long as we keep volunteer firemen, and we're one of the largest communities in the state with volunteer firemen, we will keep from spending $2 million a year. That's what paid firemen will cost this community if we go to a full paid fire staff. These volunteers are doing us a big favor, and we all need to thank them. We needed a firehouse that they could be proud of. We needed a firehouse that would draw more volunteers. And we have that. Just realize this. Let's look at a cost benefit here. That firehouse cost a little over $4 million. If it postpones a full paid fire department a little over 2 years, it's paid for. That's why I supported one of the finest firehouses in Central Illinois, and I will continue to support it for the benefit of this community and to make sure that we keep volunteer firemen here to keep us safe day and night, not counting the paramedics. So I do have a passion for this firehouse, probably less than Joe and Ginger, but I get to speak today, so I get to speak of my passion. Second passion I have is economic development. I'm a true believer of economic development, and economic development was the second part of the comprehensive plan. Morton is a wonderful community. It's a great community. We all know that. Those of us that live here and those of us that work here know how wonderful it is. I came here and stayed here, even though I was offered other jobs in other communities for more money, because this is a great community. And I wanted my family to grow up here. And I think that's true with many of you.